Hey family, Tacc man, how's your spirit? Talk to me. Tell me something good. You see, I had my surgery today. It was quick, real quick. Like I got up 6 o'clock. Well, early to make prayer, but I left at 6 this morning and got back about 12. I got back about 12, and it was like 10 minutes. They put your eye. It took longer to get me to be able to look at the thing than once it's there. Like, shh, zit, 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 turn this way, zit, 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 turn that way, whoop, over. And just got to keep putting the drops in your eye. But today, I want to talk about mindset. You know, um, I've been getting comments from people saying that, oh, they don't need to heal. What makes you think a person needs to heal? And the mindset is self-defeating because in order for you to grow, you have to change your mindset. Like I tell you, over 10 years ago, I reinvented myself and changed my mindset. And that got me out of the mental state of I'm gonna be a hustler forever. You know, um, and that was crazy. That mindset was self-defeating because I kept going back to jail. Even though I wasn't getting busted myself, you see what I'm saying? Or getting caught with drugs or any of that, I still wound up in jail. So this last go round, while I was doing this master's program that this school called Defy Venture did a master's degree program, whereas it's an honorary master's degree from Baylor University due to Defy Venture, but it was like 10 months of really, really, really intense learning. This is master's degree learning. Um, and that helped with my mindset, and it was funny because at this time, around about this time or before or after, I don't recall, is when God started revealing to me the 30 apps devices business concept where he's waking me up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning with just ideas. And I wrote them down, formulated them into now what I have is 30 apps devices business concepts. And TAC is one of them, and like I say, I always give credit to God because, I'm very intelligent, but I don't think I'm that smart to put a program together that comes right after each other. It's consistent. And then you can intertwine, so uh I give him his praise and his glory because I know this is his work, but I'm just a vessel. And the beautiful thing about when you change your mindset, you look at life a lot different. You see life for what it really is, and you see people who for who they are, and you don't judge because you know that that could be you. As they say, there goes I. And when you have the right mindset, uh, it's like you attract positivity. I don't know how to explain it, but the more positive you are, the more positive things affect you. Um, it's like what's going on in the world today. That's not God. That's not positive. That's evil. That's the devil. And what we need right now is love in the world. Because if we not safe, man, this world will be over real soon. Because we have idiots running the world right now. And it's sad for the simple fact that we're all one people. And if we come together, everybody can live in peace and harmony. There's enough money. You have all these billionaires. When I grew up, it was only one or two billionaires in the whole world, and now it's thousands. So there's no need for us to say that we can't help everyone, and that's the godly thing to do, help your neighbor. If I got $1 billion, why can't I help 5 or 10 families? And this is what it's about. And this is like I tell you, this is why I want to leave America. I want to go around the world and help people who need the help. But it's the mindset. You have to get your mindset right. Until you get your mindset right, you're not going to even be able to heal because in the process of healing, you have to have your mindset right. Your mindset has to be on trying to make changes, trying to heal, being truthful to yourself, not others. It's all about you. And this is why I tell people when you're trying to make change, it's not about what nobody else thinks. It's about you, you, and you. You always keep God first, but you have to get you right. You can't help no one else if you're not in a good position. And the only way you can do that is have the right mindset. See, mindset plays a major part in all kinds of things in life. And until you understand that the only way you can get to certain levels in life is you have to have the right mindset. Anything the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve, but you must put the action and you must have the mindset and you must surround yourself with people who can help you in your endeavors. A lot of people try to do everything by themselves and you can't. You can never do everything by yourself. You have to learn how to delegate. And the only way you're going to learn how to delegate is you have to have the mindset of delegation. Perfect example. Henry Ford, that made the car. It was a guy in there interviewing him, and he said, "What do you know about this?" He said, "I don't know everything about everything, but I know a little bit of something about everything that I do. But if I push a button on this desk, there's somebody going to come in here that has 100% of the knowledge. That's delegation. That's knowing how to delegate. But the only way you can delegate is if you have the mindset. You have to change your mindset when you have that, I got to do everything. It's me. No. If a company, right? If you own a company, what's up, baby boy? If you own a company and if you not there, the company doesn't run, you don't have a company. Okay. We chop it up afterwards. We can chop it up afterwards. But yeah, yeah. You see, I went and got my eye done. No, I got the operation today. I got the operation today. I told you they had to do the laser because it was foggy. The lens the new lens they put in, it was foggy. All right. But yeah, as I was saying though, but the mindset, you have to have the mindset to be able to go to that next level. And how you do that is you study, you learn. One of the things that I did when I was in prison is I studied a little bit of everything, especially about the people who had me captive. You have to learn how people think, their mindsets. And see, that's another thing. You have to be able to understand other people's mindset and navigate your life because you're going to have to go through that your whole life, other people's mindset. But until you master your mindset, you're not going to be able to grow to the place that you need to grow. So the thing is, for you to make the changes you need to make in your life to heal, You have to change your mindset. Like I said, the people talk about my I don't need to heal. There's nothing wrong, you know. And the sad part about it is we've all need to heal. White, black, Spanish, Chinese, Indian, whatever. For the simple fact that we've all been lied to our whole lives. And the only way that we're going to heal is we have to learn the truth from the lies so we can come together. And that's another part of mindset. You know, you have to have the mindset to be able to do that, to differentiate between different things. You know, life is a lesson. That's what I tell you. Life is a lesson. There's no rules to life. You have to go through life. As I always say, we would love to live our lives backwards, but we must live it forward so that we can get the lessons and the blessings. Because if God gave us everything up front, we'd kill ourselves. I know I would, you know, and I know a few people that I know would, you know, because we're creatures of habit and we're extremists, you know, but extremism is good when it's with the right mindset and you're doing positive things. But a lot of people don't understand that until we can get our minds right. And like excuse me, I thank God to still have my faculty. Excuse me one second. After doing 28 years in federal prison, losing all kinds of money. We ain't gonna even say how much. It's in the millions. Houses, business, family. If I wasn't strong and didn't have the right mindset, and these things happened while I was locked up, losing a mother, a father, back to back, a aunt, a uncle, back to back, a sister, back to back, cousin, back to back. If I didn't have the right mindset, I would have went crazy. You know, even after going through that and then coming home having to go to a halfway house because none of my family would let me live, you know, the ones that was left because everybody else died. Then after that, going to a shelter, you know, just think about it. I've been a millionaire a couple times, you know, and I've never had to go on welfare, none of that stuff my whole life because my mother owned three businesses, a candy store and taxi cabs. So we was pretty old. But I had to change my mindset to be able to deal with that. And a lot of people, you know, that I talk to, their pride, their ego won't let them go to a shelter. And that's crazy for the simple fact that if you gotta go from pillar to post, which means from this house to that house to this couch to that couch to this girl's bed to that girl, why won't you go 6 months, a year in a shelter where you get a nice crib, whereas now you don't never have to worry about nobody kicking you out. But it's mindset. It's all about the mindset. Most people don't have the right mindset. Sometimes you have to humble yourself. You have to be able to be uncomfortable with being uncomfortable. So one day you can be comfortable with being comfortable. And a lot of people don't get it. Mindset. You have to have the right mindset to win in life, especially now. You see the things that are going on in this world. They're robbing America blind right now. And who's going to have to pay for that? Our kids, kids, kids. Because Americans don't have the right mindset. Their mindset is on white supremacy. And that never works. We need love. This is what we need love. This is why I say we have to heal all of us, not just blacks, not just whites, not every nationality, because there's only one race of people, and that's the human race. But we all need to heal because they've been lying to us from day one. And until we get that understanding that we've been lied to, hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, we're going to think that we okay. We don't need to heal. And that's when they got you. See, because like they always say, united we stand, divided we fall. It's time for us tonight to unite as a people, as a human race, not as colors, nationalities, or races, as a people who wants to continue this mission that they call democracy. Because, authoritarianism, it's not going to work in this day and time. There's too many black people who are rebellious, who have a lot of guns. Now, they won't win the war because they're better equipped, but it'll be so many casualties that America will be so vulnerable that people will come in and it'll be a done deal, you know. So we have to change our mindset. And as this program and this platform is called Tacc. Through adversity come change. This is my book. It's on Amazon. Like, subscribe, and check out the book. This book will change your life. Trust me. This book will change your life. And this is coming from a person who could have been vindictive and revengeful. No, I wrote that after I got shot 9 times by a so-called friend. So I changed the anger and I turned it to love so that we can all heal from whatever we go through. And see, this is what a lot of people don't understand. When you have the right mindset, life becomes easy because you no longer look at problems. You look at solutions. You look at ways to solve problems when you have the right mindset. When you don't have the right mindset, it's a problem. But when you have the right mindset, you have a solution for a problem. Everything has a solution. It's just like I say with spilt milk. I don't cry over spilt milk. I clean it up, get some more because the energy that you waste crying over spilt milk is energy that you can use to do something more positive in your life. Get your mindset right. And until we get our mindset in the right place, we're going to be defeated because we're divided. You can't be divided in this world and win. As they always said, it takes a village. It takes a village. And it's only through adversity change takes place. And this is why this is the best name for my book and my way of life. Through adversity comes. I've been through more adversities than most people go through in a whole lifetime and in a short period of time, in a couple years. And that's not including all the other years of my life, you know. So the thing is, I never let it defeat me. I never let adversities defeat me. I always look for solutions. And like I said, over 10 years ago, I changed my mindset, reinvented myself. And see, once you change your mindset, your whole view of life changes. You look at life totally different. You look at people totally different. And you don't judge. You understand that's where they're at in their life, and that's not where you at in your life. So you must uh be able to get away from people who you know that are not good for you or conducive to your growth, and the people that are, you pull them in and you give them the understanding, the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding of tact. Through adversity comes change. Everybody goes through adversities. It's not one person on this earth that don't go through adversities. But it's only going through your adversities change takes place. And it's all about a mindset. You have to have the right mindset in order to make changes in your life. How many people out there are just lost right now? I mean, lost because their mindset. They look at life as woe is me, they're victims. And it's not about victimhood. It's about understanding that God is putting you through something that's going to make you stronger so you can deal with the things that He has for you in life. Like I said, we keep going back to the second principle. Wherever you at in life, God put you there because He's driving the car. And you must take the responsibility to understand that maybe it's something that you did that got you there. And until you have this understanding, your mindset is not going to be right. You have to be able to look in the mirror. I know I only got one eye right now, but you have to be able to look at that person right there and say, you know what? Today is the day that I'm going to be honest with him. I'm going to change my mindset. I'm going to heal. I'm going to learn the lies from the truth so that I can be a productive person and I can get with productive people so that we can grow something that's so dynamic and great, but it's built out of love and not hate. It's built with people who have the right mindset in life, who've healed. Because, like I said, we have to heal. We can never do anything together until we heal for the simple fact that we're going to have different mindsets. You know, we're going to have different, and you're going to have a different agenda from me, and I'm going to have a different agenda from you. Because, see, my agenda is for all of us to win. Your agenda might be for just you or you and a couple people. And this is the mindset. Like, you have to think like Jewish people. Jewish people put everything together for their whole tribe so they can win. We have to think the same way, but the only thing is we have color. And when you're doing that, it's a threat to white supremacy. So you have to be quiet. It has to be quiet until you got about 25, 30 years under your belt of consistent working. And you've grown a network of people who are in prominent positions that can help you to grow and you help them to grow and we can be as one. But it's a mindset. We're not going to get there until we heal. And you probably say, why you say that? Because in order for you to have a mindset of a winner, right? You have to let go all of your inhibitions, all the things, your adversities, your fears, your shortcuts, everything. You in order for you to win, you have to be focused. Your mindset has to be fine tuned. And if you can't have a focused mindset, you can't win. Just think about all the people who won in life. Their mindset was like this, and all of them went the extra mile. And it's not about money. And that's one of the things that a lot of people think. It's just like me. I want money, but I don't want money for me. I want money to go around the world and help people because there's no way that there's so many homeless people and poor people and people starving with all these billionaires. It was only one or two billionaires when I was a kid growing up. Now it's thousands. You got one guy that got almost $1 trillion. No fact, no question. Definitely big facts. One guy got almost $1 trillion. With just his money, you can feed the world. Just the one dude is almost a trillionaire. Just with his money. We don't need no more billionaires. That's thousands of billionaires. That's only one billionaire out of all of them. With just his money, we can make life good for everybody on this planet. But see, this is the thing. God gave the devil respite for a certain time. This is his world. And this is why you can't bring nothing with you when you go back to the creator. No money, no ego, no pride, no jealousy, no envy, no hate. Because you know what ego is? Easing God out. God says that not an atom's weight of pride can enter the paradise. And what hides behind pride? Ego, hate, all kinds of stuff, you know. So my thing is, I need you guys to like, subscribe, share my videos, and I need some of you to take the challenge. The challenge is to embrace this uh program that I have that's going to help you to heal. And I guarantee you, I never spoke like this before I went to prison. You know, it's the mindset. Once you change this mindset, life changes for you. Trust me. When you got the right mindset, life opens up for you. See, because you're not going to put yourself in a precarious position for the simple fact that when you have the right mindset, you have a purpose. You have a drive. You have something that you're trying to do in life. And when you have a purpose, you're not going to let anything throw that off because your mindset is on point. Your mindset is like this, and you're willing to do everything in your powers to make it work for you. But a lot of people don't understand that it's all about healing, mindset, being able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, I'm pleased with that guy or that girl. Until you're able to do that, you know, you have to be able to forgive yourself. Like I said, that was two of the biggest things, man. I forgave others and then I forgave me because nothing happens in your life unless you let it happen. So it's not about this, it's about this. All of them point to you because everything starts and ends with you. And that was the mistake I made. I always, man, of course, even if a person did me wrong, yeah, but who let that person into my life? Me. And see, once you change that mindset, you accept the responsibilities of your life. And now go to the third principle. You embrace your journey. And like I tell you, embracing your journey is the most important thing because once you embrace your journey, life gets easier for you. Now you're able to uh let go and let God. You forgive people, but forgive yourself most importantly. And you heal. You heal so that you can help others. This is not about me. This is not about me. This is about helping others. And a lot of people feel, man, later, no. This is why the world is the way it is because the mindset is on self. I've never been selfish. Even when I was in the street, I was always the boss. And I always made sure everybody around me eat. Everybody, you know. And when I went to prison, not one person, not one person, even wrote. But that's how life is. You can't be bitter about that because, hey, people gonna keep living. Life keeps going on, and you got to keep doing what you got to do. And I can't lie. I was bitter for a minute, but after I grew up, how can I be mad at somebody? Because that's what they are or who they are. Because you looked out for them. You looked out for them out of your kindness of your heart. So you can't look for nothing. Even though we say, like if I did right by you, I would expect you to do right by me. But that's not how life is. That's not how people are. And you have to understand that the devil is part of this equation. He's going to do everything to fumble up everything that people do. He wants us divided. See, because if he keeps us divided, he can conquer us. While we sleeping, he doing pull-ups, push-ups, squats, bench press, shoulders, back, legs. If we could do our job 1 millionth of a percent of the way he does his, we would be fantastic. But that's not possible because this world is not for us. This world is just a passing. And until you understand that, you're going to be stuck. You have to go through this life like you're a stranger. Can't get attached to nothing, nobody. Because when you go in that box, you go in that box by yourself. And you can't take none of the stuff that you've accumulated with you. Only thing you're going to take is that suit you got on or that wrap they wrap you in. And the worms and stuff going to eat that, as well as your body. So, it's about mindset. And a lot of people don't get it. We must change our mindset and come together so we can heal, so we can learn the truth from the lies, so that we can become something of prominence, so people can never, ever, ever downgrade us. Of course, it's just like everybody from other countries, they come here and everybody looks down on us, but everybody steals our culture. They know who we are. I'm learning who I am. And when you understand who you are, sky's the limit. I'm a king. I'm greatness. I'm God's creation, and he shows in all kinds of ways. He blesses me in all kinds of ways. He put me through my share of adversities, but they just make me stronger. They make me want to do better. And this is what it's about. When you have the right mindset, all things in life are beautiful because you don't let people rent space in your head, and you don't really get into what other people say, feel, and think. Because, like I said, if you got $2.90 and what somebody say, feel, and think, which one you gonna get on the train with? That 290. So what a person say, feel, and think don't matter, unless it's somebody that you really love and y'all are close. But I want to read something to you guys right quick. It says the mindset as a hidden blueprint behind every choice, habit, and result. Do you hear that say? Mindset as the hidden blueprint behind every choice, habit, and result. See how big mindset plays in everything. And if you don't have the right mindset, you're not going to win. Only a few people win in life. And I'm not talking about money. Excuse me. Excuse me. Only a few people win in life. You know why? Because they have the right mindset. It's all about mindset. And why most people don't win is because they don't have the right mindset. Contextually, contextualizes mindset for a modern era. Information overload, comparison culture, economic uncertainty, argues the skill depreciate, but a winning mindset compounds. Without the right mindset, opportunities become obstacles. Take that. Without the right mindset, opportunities become obstacles because you're not prepared to deal with them. But when you have the right mindset, you can deal with anything because you prepare yourself. You see what I'm saying? You have to prepare yourself for life. It's not going to be easy, and people are not nice. So you have to put the work in for yourself. The two core mindsets, fix versus growth. Check this out. Carol Dweck's framework in practical terms. Fixed mindset avoids challenge, fears failure, sees talent as static. Growth mindset embraces struggle, learns from setback, believes in development. Real life examples for business, sports, and relationships. You see how mindset changes everything? When you have a fixed mindset, you don't get but so much. But when you have a growth mindset, you don't look at obstacles as obstacles. You look at obstacles as challenges. You look at them as something to conquer, to overcome. See, because with the right mindset, it's nothing that you can't do. Mindset in action, every aspect of life. Why some people stay broke, despise, despite raises, while others build wealth from nothing. Scarcity mindset versus abundance mindset. And see, this is the thing. When you don't have the right mindset, you can make $1 million a day and you're going to squander it. It's just like going back. Well, I'll tell you, we love to live our lives backwards so God can give us everything at once. But we must live it forward so we get the lessons and the blessings. When you have a defeated mindset, you can't conquer anything. What does this say? Why some people stay broke despite raises, while others build wealth from nothing. Scarcity mindset versus abundance mindset. The role of mindset is negotiating, investing, and taking calculated risks. Whereas a person with the right mindset, he will do that. But a person that doesn't, he's not. He's not going to take the chance. Mindset and health. How beliefs about aging, stress, willpower shape physical outcomes. Examples from patients who heal faster or athletes who broke limits through mental framing. And what this is saying that if you got the right mindset, you can overcome anything. You know, you can make yourself heal. You can outrun everybody. You can outwork everybody. But it's mindset. Michael Jordan had a positive, positive mindset. And when he put his mind to something, he did it. Tiger Woods, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, and the list goes on. When you have the right mindset, anything is possible. Mindset of relationships, defensive versus curious. No, defensive versus curious mindset in conflict. Abundance versus clinging in love. How mindsets determine whether you attract growth oriented people or repeat toxic patterns includes communication shift that change everything. It's about you. This is what it's about you. Doing the right thing for the right reasons, man. And you're going to always get the right results. But you have to have the right mindset. You know, like I say, after getting shot 9 times, I could have gave up. I could have did some other crazy stuff. I could be back in prison. But my mindset is in the right place. So I wrote a book, Through Adversity Come Change, on Amazon. I got a podcast. I got a Kindle book. This is what having the right mindset will do. It changes everything in life. Trust me. And this is why I want to help others to heal because I know how strong mindset is. I know how strong healing is. I'm a perfect example. All the things I went through, I'm supposed to be crazy. I'm supposed to be mad, angry, upset. No. Why? That's the past. Just a measuring stick for the boundaries that I set today and a reflection of the things I liked and the things I didn't like. That's what it is. It's just like money. Money is not the root of all evil. Money is the tool to get the things you need in life, period. But when you make it a god, that's when it's evil. Just like a gun. A gun can't kill you unless a person pull the trigger. I don't make the rules. I'm just giving you the facts. Mindset and career performance. Why two people with the same resume get different results? Mindset around feedback, rejection, and visibility. The pre performance routine of high achievers. Case study how mindsets turn around a failing sales team. See, the sales team was failing to the mindset. Okay, how you doing there? This is I don't know who you are, creepy utility. This is Tac. Through Adversity Come Change. This is the book. It's on the platform is called that. The program is called Tacc. Through Adversity Come Change by me, Rich Coma. And you can get it on Amazon. Check it out and let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, share. This talk today is mindset. A lot of us don't understand that everything in our life deals with our mindset. The only way we can win is having the right mindset. If we don't have the right mindset, we can't even heal. We don't even look at life right. So this is one of the things that we must learn. Mindset learning, creativity. Why some people plateau early and others masters new skills at 60. You see what I'm saying? It's the mindset. It's all about the mindset. The beginner's mindset versus the expert's trap. How mindsets unlock creativity. Fear of being wrong kills ideas before they born. You have to have that right mindset because you're going to defeat yourself if you don't have the proper mindset. You see what that just said? Fear of being wrong kills ideas before they're born. I don't have no fears of anything but God because you know what? You ain't going to die until He send the angel of death for your soul. And whatever He has for you, you're going to get. And whatever He don't have for you, you're not. Simple. Just how life is. Mindset and resilience. Winning through failure. Direct answer to why mindset help us to win. Reframes losing as data, not identity. What that's saying is taking the loss and utilizing it so that you can win in the future. Stories of entrepreneurs, athletes, and artists who failed forward The mindset of not yet versus never. Entrepreneurs don't take no for an answer. You have to go through your nose to get to your yes. Like I tell you, when I was doing multi-level marketing with 5 links, they tell you you got to go to your nose to get to your yeses. So you're gonna have a whole lot more no's than yeses. And that's just part of life. Any inventor, they had to go through 10,000 hours before they became professional with it. And they had to fail all them times. Now I'm gonna tell you how to upgrade your mindset. The self-talk loop. How internal dialogue rewires neural pathways. Let me say that again. How internal dialogue rewires neural pathways, meaning talking to yourself. Self talks help you rewire your brain, your mindset to put you on the right track. These are exercises you have to do to make changes in your life. In order for you to make changes, you have to change your mindset. You have to heal. You have to learn the lies from the truth. Then you're ready. Um, Identifying limiting beliefs. I'm not a math person. I always mess up. You're defeating yourself before you even get a chance. You know, uh, practical technique, catch, challenge, change. Links back to the chain metaphor. You see what I'm saying? These are the things that stop you. And these are the things that you must do to win, to change your mindset. Environment and triggers. Mindset isn't just willpower, it's shaped by inputs. Like I said, I went through all kinds of programs and classes and this and that, and all kinds of stuff. The input is what you put in there that helps shape and mold your mindset. How social circles, media, physical space, and daily routines reinforce or erode mindsets. Say the things that you say, feel, and think, and the people you're around can affect your mindset. If you're around positive people, you're going to be positive. If you're around negative people, it's going to be negative. Like they say, if you hang out with 10 billionaires, you're going to be the 11th or at least a millionaire. But if you hang out with 10 dummies, you're going to be the 11th because there's nothing to win. And their mindsets is totally off. Actionable steps to design an environment that builds a winning mindset automatically. Prayer time. Yeah, prayer time. But I'm gonna give y'all a few more minutes before I go. Uh, Mastery, mindset as your ultimate weapon. See, once you master mindset, it's so much that you're gonna be able to accomplish because you're gonna look at life different and you're not gonna judge. Like I say, you're gonna be more conscious of yourself than others. You know, so it's about you. Pressure reveals mindsets. Sports psychology techniques centering reframing arousal as excitement, process goals. How to perform when it matters most, whether a pitch, a final exam, or a difficult conversation. a lifelong ascent. No final destination. Mindset is a practice, not a prize. While even top performers need maintenance, encourages the listener to see mindset as their unfair advance in a chaotic world. Closing story. Returning to the chain metaphor, but now they're forging golden chains of empowering beliefs. And see, once you understand uh mindsets, next you can start to heal. It's only it's only, man, like I say, I want us all to win so bad. Like after doing all the time I did in prison and really really not having a whole bunch of hold on one second, y'all. What's up, sis? Uh-huh. No, no, I talked to him yesterday. I called him and wished him a happy birthday yesterday. Yeah, but I don't even know if he knew who I was, you know. The nurse brought the phone to him. The nurse brought him, and then the phone had hung up. I don't know what happened. So, it is what it is. Yeah. Mm. But sis, let me finish my podcast. I'm at the end of it right now. All right. Yeah, that's my sis telling me about my brother. So he had a stroke 2 days ago. Um, they say he's doing better, so that's a blessing. That's just how life is, man. Things happen in life. This is why you have to be mentally, physically, and spiritually prepared for whatever comes your way. And the only way you're going to do that is you're going to have the right mindset. And most of us don't have the right mindset. Excuse me. But like I tell you, this platform right here, if you embrace this program and this journey, I guarantee you, uh, you're going to heal. You're going to have a positive mental attitude, and you're gonna be a winner in life because you're not going to limit yourself to what you've been limiting yourself to. You're going to go above and beyond. Like when I did the Napoleon Hill Science of Success Think and Grow Rich program, the he used to say, if you're a street sweeper, be the best street sweeper because somebody's always watching. No matter what you do in life, just act like it's you like it because somebody's going to always watch. And if you're good at something that you don't like, imagine how good you're going to be at something that you do like. No question, my brother. Always, always. We gotta keep each other sharp. And the only way we're gonna do that is we have to give it to each other. You can't keep it unless you give it away. But yeah, you have a good night, my brother. I'll holler at you tomorrow. Um, but yeah, back to what I was saying. It's about us coming together, getting our mindset right, and doing the right thing by each other, and healing, and learning the lies from the truth. And then once we do that, then there's so many different things we can do together. But we have to heal first. The only way you're gonna heal, you have to change that mindset. Mindset is so important in life in all kinds of things. Of course, it's your mindset that gets you in trouble or gets you out of trouble. That's just how life is. But I gotta make my prayers. I thank you guys. We had almost an hour tonight. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. And I had three, four, five people and that's good. Everything in time. I can't wait till it's 100, 1,000 on there at once. And we conversing, because I got something to tell you. I've lived life, and I changed my mindset so that I can help others to heal. Well, I can't even read that. The message was for later, but it's okay. I had it pre-filled. Okay. Yeah, but it's a beautiful thing, man. Beautiful thing, man. And it gets better. Trust me, it gets better. You just gotta hold on and gotta do the right thing. No matter what. He got you. Tack man out. How's your spirit? Get your spirit right with the most high. Peace.